Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Together We Rise. So we want to wish a happy 4th of July to those in the U.S. because today you guys are celebrating um, the July 4th. And happy Saturday to those who are on Saturday, and happy Sunday to those who are on Sunday. So let's find out what is our topic for today.
So, our topic for today is the power of community, why we grow faster together than alone.
Yes, thank you, Miriam. Yes, so that's our topic for today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
And my name is Miriam. I am from Jamaica. I am a registered nurse. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandma for one, and now a proud digital business owner.
Hi, I'm Ruby Makamay, originally from the Philippines and now living in Ontario, Canada. I'm a full-time professional working in a corporate world, a wife, and a digital business owner and mentor. I started this online business because I wanted more options for my future, not just for extra income, but for more flexibility, growth, and time freedom.
Hi, my name is Asma Harisa. I am originally from Pakistan. I am a DJ business mentor and a mother of three children. I live in Texas, USA with my family.
Hi there. My name is Falak, living in Indiana. First of all, happy 4th of July. Wishing you a day filled with freedom, joy, and gratitude. Mom of three, based in Indiana by profession. I'm an educator, and nowadays I'm a digital entrepreneur and a mentor and building a great future for myself and my kids. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So let's dive in into our topic for today. So welcome back to another episode of the Together We Rise. So one of the greatest gifts we can have in life is the right community. So people who celebrate our victories or support us during difficult seasons, or also, those who encourage us when we feel discouraged. And we also have those who remind us of our potential when we forget ourselves. So, today we'll explore six powerful reasons why community accelerates personal growth. Because, while personal growth is an individual decision, it is often strengthened by the people who choose to walk with us alongside. So, for that, we're going to be talking about 5 points. So, let's dive into our first point. So, our first point is community remind us that we are not alone. So, one of the greatest gifts of being part of a community is realizing that you're not the only one facing challenges. So, many times we think that we are the only one, but then we realize that we are not. So, we all have moments of doubt, we have moments of setbacks, and days when we wonder if we are making that progress. But when we connect with others who are on the similar journey, we realize those feelings are normal. We're not the only ones. And that encouragement alone can give us the strength to keep going. So I've experienced this myself. After spending more than 25 years in the film industry, starting something completely new felt intimidating. There were many things I didn't know, but having a supportive global community of people who were learning, who were growing, and were encouraging one another, remind me that I didn't have to figure out everything out by myself. So no matter what goal you're pursuing, surround yourself with the people who encourage your growth and can make that journey more meaningful and help you keep moving forward. So here is the message for you guys here. A supportive community reminds us that we are never have to grow alone because sometimes the greatest source of strength is simply knowing that someone else understands and it is cheering us on. So they have been in our shoes, so they understand what we're going through. So that's my point, my takeaway for this point. So now let's move on to the second one.
What's that mean?
So,
Oh, sorry.
Today's topic, the power of community, why we grow faster together than alone. So we learn from one another's experiences. When we are part of a sporty community, we don't have to figure everything out on our own. We can learn from each other's experiences and that help us grow faster. Everyone has a unique journey. We all face different challenges, make different mistakes, and celebrate different successes. When people share their stories, we gain valuable lessons without having to experience every situation ourselves. Listening to other gives us new ideas and fresh perspective. Sometimes a single conversation can answer a question. We have been struggling keep moving forward. I have learned that being open to learning from others save time, build confidence, and help us make better decisions. That's the power of community. We support one another, encourage each others, and grow together. Sometimes someone else's experience become the lesson we needed. Today, my takeaways: stay connected, keep learning, and never think you have to do everything alone. When we learn from one another and support each other, we all become stronger and reach our goals faster. Thank you.
Thank you, Asma. Yeah, so Asma just talked about we learn from one another experiencing. And we have seen that a lot, in our community. When we start our journey, many times, we got the opportunity to learn from other people's experience that are ahead of us. And that will save you time and a lot of waiting. Um, yes, you can do it alone, but it will take you longer. So if you can avoid those mistakes and if you can take advantage of the learning from other people that are ahead of you, why not? So that's the power of, learning from other people's experiences. And you can do that when you surround yourself with a community that empowers you and that share the knowledge with you. So now let's move on to the second point, the next point, sorry.
Yeah. For my point is accountability helps us stay consistent. So accountability is such an important part of personal growth because motivation is not always there every day. So there are days when we feel excited, focused, and ready to take action. But there are also days when we feel tired, we are discouraged, we are distracted, or unsure if we can keep going. So that is why having the right community matters. So when we are surrounded with supported people, they help remind us of our goals we set for ourselves. So they encourage us to keep showing up even when the progress feels slow. They help us stay committed, but not by forcing us or but by walking with us. So for me, accountability does not mean pressure or judgment. It means support. So it means having people around you who are enough to remind you of your purpose, your potential, and the reason why you started. Sometimes one message, one reminder, or one encouragement word from someone in the community can help us continue when we feel like stopping. So accountability also helps us build discipline. When we know we are part of the group, we become more intentional with our actions. We start showing up not only for ourselves, but also because we know others are growing with us. And the beautiful thing is consistency becomes easier when we are not doing it alone, as Sandy mentioned. So in a positive community, we celebrate small wins. We encourage progress and we remind each other that growth takes time. We do not have to be perfect, but we just have to keep moving forward. So for me, accountability is not about someone controlling our journey. It is about having people beside us who help us stay aligned with the goals we already choose for ourselves. So we are the one making our choice, our goals. Only the accountability is only the one like help us motivate and encourage us every time we are down, where we are so low sometimes, because every day is not the same day. So there are always ups and downs. So the right community encourages consistency without judgment. So when we stay consistent together, we become stronger, more confident, and more committed to becoming the person we are meant to be. So my takeaway for my point is that accountability help us stay consistent, because the right people remind us that our goals still matter, especially on the days when we feel like giving up. Because sometimes we don't need more motivation, we just need the right people reminding us why we started. So that's all for me. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Sis Ruby. So yeah, so Sis Ruby just talk about accountability help us stay consistent. And just like Sis Ruby shared, when you have that accountability community, or group of persons, then help you, to stay accountable and show up for your business. So right now, this is a good example. We every Saturday we get together to show up for our business and share, information for you guys so you can learn a little bit more about the business and about mindset and all that kind of stuff. So this is an example of accountability, making each other, accountable to be present for every Saturday's live. All right, so let's move on to the next point.
Okay, so that's me. So I remember, a long time ago. Is it me?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
sorry. I remember the early days when when I became a nurse. I became overwhelmed, with the shift became difficult because I was trying to prove myself to others that I was capable of doing what I am doing. And like I said, it became overwhelming. And so, senior nurse, seasoned nurse came and said to me, "Don't be a hero because you have to have a you know behind you, or you'll end up in burnout." So I am speaking on encouragement builds confidence. That's the point. I'll just elaborate on a little bit. And so when I became a part of this digital community too, we had we had issues or challenges, well, myself, others too, and struggles probably with the tech part of things, or other areas that we might. But thankfully, I remember what that nurse told me, and in here, this community, I found that I we had enormous amount of support. So whether you had a tech problem or not, you could just reach somebody easily, and over 250,000 members here. So they would, support you, and they'll get back to you. You can ask anybody. So the challenge here wasn't the capability, it's just the environment that we try to grow in. So encouragement is one of the greatest gifts we can give another person. So sometimes, in our global business, like I said, we're a little bit shaky, but people are here to back you up and celebrate your small movements. This kind of culture changes our entire mindset. And so confidence doesn't drop out of the sky, but it grows in these environments like ours where people actively support each other. So the takeaway is that communities grow stronger when encouragement becomes part of that culture. So if your current environment is feeding you doubts, shift your room, step into a community that sees your potential, and you can borrow somebody's belief until you can build your own and so create your own legacy. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Miriam. So yeah, so Miriam just talk about encouragement builds confidence, and just like Miriam shared, we see that a lot in our community. A good example is, uh, I think it was last Sunday. One of the presenters in the convention, she was very nervous, in front. And you hear that encouragement from the crowd say, "You got this," and that builds that confidence to keep going and do it. So sometimes, that encouragement builds that confidence that you don't have at the moment. So That's why, surrounding yourself, just like Miriam shared, with the people that will uplift you, that will motivate you to keep moving forward. All right, so now let's go to the next one.
Okay, so that's me. Together we rise higher than we could alone. So let me say this. I have learned from my personal and professional experience, success is not just about individual talent. It is not limited to one person. It is about the people who encourage, challenge, and inspire us along the way. So, a strong community creates momentum. When we share a common vision, we become more committed to our goals and more resilient through challenges. My belief is here each of us brings unique strength. When those strengths come together, we achieve far more than we could on our own. Remember here, growth is not a solo journey. When we support one another, learn together, and keep moving forward as a team, we create a lasting impact. So that is actually a teamwork. Teamwork always give us 100% result, not if you are by your own. So my takeaway here is alone we can make progress, but together we create lasting impact. We rise higher when we choose to grow together. So as a team, when being in this business, I have learned throughout my journey, the massive community is a strong power. I mean, without this community, I won't be able to successful. If I'm successful today, if I'm talking here and I have the courage to speak, it's all about this massive and cooperative community. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sandy.
Thank you, Falak. So yeah, so Falak just talk about together we rise higher than we could alone, and just like Falak mentioned, it's about teamwork. So here is our title, for our life is Together We Rise.
Yeah.
So we are here together, with different strengths, just like Falak mentioned, um, maybe we all not have the same confidence, but when we are working together to bring this life for you guys, we put our forces together and we give that confidence to everyone here sharing their their point of view of the topic that we share. So that's the power of working together and being part of a global online community. We support, we motivate, and we empower everyone to do it. Um, to believe in themselves and build that
Yes.
confidence. All right, so that will be the end of the points. But now we do have a group reflective question. So the question is, um, who has been one person or one community that has positively influenced your personal growth? And what is one lesson you learned from them? So I can start, Joanne. So for me, it's been the global online community. I've been working in the movie industry, and yes, we kind of work together, but at the same time, we're a little bit individual. But when I came to this global community, um, and I've been part of for the past almost 3 years now. Um, and I compare that to spending more than 25 years in the film industry. I stepped into something completely new, and I quickly realized that I didn't have to figure out everything on my own. That's what you get when you're surrounded with people who are willing to share their experience, who also encourage one another, like we've been talking um, in the few past points. And also, the continual learning that, inspired me to keep going, even when sometimes, it feels uncomfortable, or sometimes, we like I felt like with doubts, there was the community who helped me to keep moving forward. So for me, one of the biggest lessons I learned is that growth happens much faster when you surround yourself with the people who believe in learning like you, who support one another, and also who are genuinely want to see everyone succeed. And that's the beauty of this community. We're not competing with each other. To the contrary, we are empowering and pushing each other to move forward. Okay, so that's for me. So who wants to go next?
I can go. For me, it's the like you said, Sandy. For me, I was in the nursing life and still is, but I, the impact of the support in here um, was just visible and tangible because there's, like I said, over 250,000 members here. And so there's just endless amount of help, assistance, support, and you can always get somebody. It's just endless. And so I'd say the community that I've become a part of through this journey. And I just want to point out to, I don't want to put you on the spot, but Sandy, I was going to say you as an individual because you are the person willing to share what you have learned. You encourage us, so we can change and we can see your growth because growth doesn't happen in isolation. Somebody who is a few steps ahead can encourage you, and then someone who is a few steps behind can give them that encouragement. So I just want to, again, not put you on the spot, but you'll be that individual if I say the individual, because we don't grow ourselves, we help each other rise, and together we rise.
Thank you, Miriam. So who wants to go next?
Okay, I'll go. So, my thing is, this digital community influenced me entirely different way. The way I see myself, I, I, s- I mean, it allows me to transform myself and stepping into the version, a kind of version which is totally different. So I see myself in different way. My belief is totally changed. I am ready every day to learn, and I expand my vision no matter what. Even I have s- like 40 days hours in a week to work, but i keep I keep myself always available to learn and grow, because I know here this is the opportunity which where I can grow entirely differently. I can be my own boss, right? I do whatever I want. I have Nobody can control my schedule. I am the only one, and no boss is no more bosses, actually. That is the very highlighting point of this business. And without this community, I won't be here. That's what I all say. I mean, a great impact on myself and my personality, and I feel so confident, and I have a great hope in my life. That is not a small thing for me, and that's for everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Falak.
Yeah.
Oh, you're muted, sis.
Okay. For me, of course, our community,
Yep.
and also the accountability groups I have right now. Being part of this community has reminded me that growth become becomes stronger when you are surrounded by people who are also learning, improving, and showing up with purpose. So what I appreciate most is the accountability. It is not about pressure or judgment, as I mentioned a while ago. It is about encouragement, support, and gentle reminders to stay consistent with the goals we set ourselves. So through this community, I learned, or through our community, I learned that I do not have to figure it out everything alone by myself. So when I see others taking actions, sharing their wins, and even being honest about their challenges, it inspires me to keep going. And one important lesson I learned is that consistency is easier when you have the right people walking beside you. That's what I love most. So this community, our BN community, has helped me grow in confidence. Before, I'm not like this. I'm a little bit introvert, but now, like, I'm just showing up and then like talking like this. That's why I was asking Sis Sandy if I can join this group. So I was so grateful with this community, with our accountability group. So confidence, discipline, and belief. So it reminds me that when we support each other, we rise together. So the right community does not just push you forward, but it helps you believe that you are capable of growing. That's all for me.
Thank you, Sis Ruby. And Asma? Oh, I think you're muted, Asma.
One community that has positively influenced my personal growth in my learning and mentorship community. Through the support, encouragement, and shared experience of others, I have learned the important work of consistency, staying coachable, and never give up. One of the biggest lessons I learned is that personal growth comes before lasting results. When we continue learning and taking consistent action, progress follows over time. Thank you.
Thank you, Asma. Okay, so we have heard the answer to everyone here. So now let's want to say thank you to everyone for that joining us today. So today's conversations, so what we shared today, remind us that growth is never meant to be a lonely journey. We all benefit, from encouragement, from accountability, just like we talked today, from the shared wisdom, and from genuine relationships, and from the communities that inspire us to become better every day. So just to remember, the people you choose to surround yourself, that's the people that can influence the direction for your future. So if you surround with people that uplift you, that motivates you to keep moving forward, you're gonna be able to, become, the person you want to be. So choose the people that you surround yourself with. Choose the community that inspires growth and choose relationships that encourage learning. And remember to choose also to lift others as you continue growing yourself, because together, like we mentioned here, we truly rise. So, saying that, we do have a question, reflective question for the audience. So, um, let's find out what is the reflective question for the audience.
As you reflect on today's conversation, ask yourself, who can you encourage this week, and who encourages you to continue growing? Sometimes one conversation can make a lifelong difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Palak. So, yeah, so that's a reflective question for the audience. And now let's find out what is our topic for next Saturday.
So next week on Together We Rise Live Group, why lifelong learning creates lifelong opportunities. Don't miss it.
Yes, thank you, Sis Roby. So, yeah, so that's our topic for next Saturday. So, it will be a conversation about curiosity, continuous learning, personal growth, and how developing new skills can open doors throughout every stage of the life. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our community. And thank you for believing in us and for engaging with our content. We want to wish everyone a happy July 4th for those in the US,
Hmm.
and a happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday, and a happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again for being here with us today, and we'll see you again in our next episode of Together We Rise. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Thank you for
Bye.
watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank